have the ability to do everything on their own. It means the mode which person with disability, you have disability or you don't have disability, independence means to be self-reliant. So today we are going to talk about how people with disability can be self-reliant no matter their disability, no matter their challenges, and no matter what they have and that people see as disability in them. How we can bring out the freedom, the self-reliance in them. How we can bring out their own freedom, their own passion to own their own, to rule their own world. Because people with disability, people believe, most of people see that empathy part and the sympathy part in them. Because you have disability, let me help you to do this. Are we trying to make them independent? No matter the challenges, especially those with intellectual retarded. First, today we are going to talk about our topic today, really based for people with intellectual retarded and cerebral palsy with Down syndrome, because these people are people that they always have difficulties in doing things on their own. Also, their daily skills, brushing their teeth, taking their baths, sweeping, washing their own clothes, anything that deal with their personal needs. Most of the time people do it for them because they believe they can't do it. They believe they lack dependence. So that's why I will be telling you today that there is a step-by-step ways that these people can be independent or that they can be self-reliant. They can do things on their own. The thing is, people with intellectual retarded, they always have low IQ in doing things. For example, ask them to brush their teeth, which they can just brush like just in 2 seconds. I believe some of them are done. So most of the parents, caregivers, guidance, they're always doing it for them. So with this, they can't be self-reliant. They can't rely on themselves. They can't be able to do it on themselves. So when you are not around, they won't be able to do anything. They won't be able to brush their teeth, or maybe you can't be available all the time for them. So let's say, for instance, you have an errand to do, let me just do it yourself. But because they are not trained on how to do it, they are not trained, and training them just requires step by step in having their own daily living skill, daily living activities done. So now, for instance, you want to train a child with intellectual retarded how to brush their teeth. You can, in a whole, let me say, in a whole week, train the person how to brush the upper parts and the lower parts of their teeth. You can use a whole week to do that. Using a whole week to do that, when you do that for them, you do the other parts. So when they do that this week, next week, okay, do it without me helping you. There was always a gradual process, although it will not be like as simple as you want it to be, because you can't expect person with intellectual retarded to just take their brush and say, okay, because I was trained yesterday on how to brush my teeth, I can now do it. So it requires a day-to-day activities for them to be self-reliant. And for instance now, they want to take their baths. Most people always do that for people with intellectual, even those with severe Down syndrome, and also those with cerebral palsy. They always do it for them. Even to eat, they find it difficult to say, okay, just try it, do this on your own. So if you want to help person with disability, you have to try your best to gradually train them on how they can be able to do it on their own. You have to gradually train them. There are a lot of processes that when you do it, it's not that it may not be 100%. It will not be 100%, but you will get the actual results you want. So with this, when you are not around, these children will be able to do some things by themselves. They will be able to do some things that, okay, they'll just do this when I'm back, I will help you to do more of it. They will be able to do it according to what their own capacity can do. So for instance now, a child with intellectual, let me use another, Down syndrome, be like they cannot sweep, they cannot do this. You can always give them a portion to sweep 5 to 6 times in a day. When you sweep that portion 5 to 6 times, gradually they will know where they are, where they should, how they should do it, and where they should sweep. That will make you be relevant. And all the time, anytime you are giving person with disability a task, let there be reinforcement. Like, well done. Everything is not about giving them material things. Well done. Thank you. You can do better. All these words has a lot of impact in their skills. It has a lot of impact in what they can achieve. A child who have not been able to sweep for over 5 to 6 years, maybe she has always been doing a mistake, so a day you now say that, okay, this person is able to do it 70%. You should have a lot of reinforcement, like clapping for the child, showing how happy, showing him or her how happy you are. With this, they will always want to see that genuine happiness in you. They will want to see how they can even do more for you to appreciate what they have done. So making them accept themselves has to be the actual fact of making them understand the fact that they are trying. They are also human. Not always making them be like, let me do this for you. Let there be independence in the life of person with disability too. It's not only person with visually impaired, hearing impaired, physically challenged. As he help and when now they are independent. Person with visually impaired, they are now reading on their own. They now do this, they now do that. Hearing impaired, when they have sign language interpreter, they can do this, they can do that. What physically challenged is in action that they have wheelchair, they have crutches, they are able to move around, they can do. What about those with intellectual disability? What about those with autism? What about those with Down syndrome? What about with cerebral palsy? Most of the time, people with cerebral palsy, people will be like, this person cannot eat on her own. They are always feeding him mama. All because we don't want her to mess herself up. Let her keep trying it. When you allow person with cerebral palsy to try eating, I'm very sure that the first day will be very messed up with. They will have a lot of splash on the floor. They will have a lot of disagreements, a lot of ways that you feel agitated, you feel sad about it. But a continual process will always show them how they can do it better. A continual process of this will always show them how they can do it better, how they can also cope and give you a result you are looking for. So person with disability does not just limit to visually impaired, hearing impaired, and cerebral and physically challenged alone. They also have those that their limitation is above what we have been seeing, is above how people have been seeing them. So with this, I want you to always know that independence, self-reliance, all person with disability deserve it. They need to be known for what they can do. So in case you have any question, you have any contribution, please call the radio line to 080-5519-0919. So welcome back. As I was saying, person with disability, their independence should not limit to political activities, because most time people with disability, where they get their own freedom of speech, freedom of doing everything on their own, freedom of movement, okay, let them contribute their own quota to the country, to the state, is when they have political activities, or people want to do a charity well-being, a charity giveaway, all this stuff. But is there a time that people think of this training, this thing that we are doing for them, is that really what they need? And how can we present it? ṣé ọ̀nà tí à ń gbé ṣọ́nà tá à ń gbé help wa, ṣọ́nà tá à ń gbé training tá à ń ṣe to people that okay, let us just train them on some things that we know that we won't be able to do for them. That's what they call self-reliance. Let them be able to do some things for themselves. So it took us almost a year. So we're able to train them, okay, this lady, when you use the toilet, the restroom, this is how you do it. When your man is done with you, this is how you, so that when people come in, it will be as if we'll be the one that is doing everything. They'll be able to do some things themselves, that they will have their own privacy. So if but in most cases, if not for those that really understand them like this, like we have been doing, most cases they will have a caregiver for them that will be doing everything for that person. How did you want them to have their own privacy? So it's not as if because they are a person with disability, they don't have rights to privacy, they don't have rights to their own self-exclaimed rights. So that's why I'm saying that person with disability, if you want to help them to have their own independence, we want to understand the fact that for Nigeria to be independent for over 60 years, almost 70 years now, for 65 years, I think, we've really been through. We didn't start that our own ability, our own freedom in a day. We started it gradually. So that's how I will say that we should please understand the fact that it's a gradual process. So if you have a child with disability, you have a friend, you have person with disability, like I have always been helping to do a lot of things, even things that should be personal to them, even things that should be private, that people should not do for them. I will urge us always, please just try to understand them and try to train them on how to do some things for themselves. Let us stop making them feel let us stop making them rely on people before they can do things. Let's stop making them, because most of them, they don't see people that has been doing this for them, they won't be able to do a lot of things for themselves. Disability should not stop them from relying on themselves, no matter the forms of disability. No matter the forms of that, there should be one thing this person can do for him or herself to be free from people. There are some things that he or she wants to do, he or she wants to talk about, that we have not been allowing them to do. So if you have a child that you have been taking care of for a long time, you say that, okay, I'm the one doing this, I'm the one brushing her teeth, I'm the one taking her bath, try to just allow her do it in her own way, allow him do it in his own way. Whether you will know, okay, this is where this person is lacking, this is where this person needs. So with that, we'll be able to gradually understand how we can assist them to be independent and self-reliant. Yeah, as I was saying, the challenges that people with disability has that make this independence be difficult for them is, I would say, number one is lack of accessibility in workspace, transport, and community. Because most of the time when they are going out, all these cabmen always see the disability and not the ability of them having the freedom. For instance, I come across there's an issue one day. I had someone with disability meet me somewhere, so she ordered a ride online. So when the driver got to the place, it was like, if I take you now, people will believe that I cheated on you, maybe I've ride you, maybe it's this and this. So the person did not believe the fact that this person can just book the ride and go to where he or she is going, and it's because we don't really trust their ability. And if you don't trust the ability of person with disability, you will not be able to see the gifts and what you can benefit from them. So I'll be urging us to please trust what they can do, trust their ability, trust the process. When you trust the process, when you trust how they can also contribute to their own quarter. You'll be able to say, okay, this person can do this. Okay, you can just say, let me give it a benefit of doubt. This person can also contribute this into the society. This person can also do this into our household. You have a child at home who has disability, so only what he or she do in the morning, when he or she woke up, you brush the person's teeth, he also take his bath, and that is all. Just sit down there, you give him the money, you give him food in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. What do you think will happen to that person? Confidence, because the person will believe that he or she has no value in life. He or she has nothing he can contribute to them. For you not to have contributed anything to your household, you won't believe that you have anything to contribute into the community, into society, and into the country at large. So I was saying, when we have them, we should kindly just let them exhibit what they can also bring. Let them just bring out what they can also contribute to society by starting from the household. What they can do at home, the things you believe they cannot do, try to allow them to start doing it now. A child that you always make sure this person is seeing things every day, even if he or she cannot do it well, you have that knowledge of, okay, this is how they do this. They are not, they may exhibit a low IQ, but their intellect is always higher than what you can ever expect from them. Another challenge is stigma and discrimination. A lot of people stigmatize it that, okay, this person has disability, and this should be limited to what he or she can give out. So that's stigma. For instance, when you have a person, you meet with a person with intellectual retarded, the next thing you save is our number is Fumi Didirin, Bose Hafoju, something like that. All those stuff has always been a stigmatization, that even with you seeing that number, to call the person for maybe to render a service to you or to do things for you, you also feel that, because the stigma, what you have saved the person number with, will always ring bell in your mind that, okay, this is what this person cannot do. So you should learn to always accept the fact that giving them chance to contribute their own things will help them, and also we that is working with them. Because a child that you have been allowed to do some house chores at home got to a place where people are always they see people with disability as people that cannot produce and that cannot give out any meaningful things in the society, and they were able to do this for you. You know, everybody will be like, you are a mentor, you are somebody they can also work with, because for you to have allowed person with disability to do this, that means they can work with you, they can also benefit something from you. So we should always let people understand the fact that stigmatization affects what they can produce to the society. And another thing is, we have environmental factor. Environments where we have headlights, where we have those that really understand. As I always say, we should always ask questions. Let's be aware of what people with disability can contribute. So in environments where they don't really know person about disability, and you as a child with Down syndrome to get you something, even all the children in that area, we always look at, anytime you are in environments, maybe you get there new to that environment, and you see a child with disability, there is right for you to talk about it to the people. You can just call a brief community conference, tell them about the disability, tell them the impact which the child can bring out, that can exhibit and that can produce to the society, and also tell them the challenges if they discriminate the child, they stigmatize, if they keep discriminating the child, the disadvantages that will bring up to their community. So with that, we are helping them to be self-reliant, to be heard in the society. We are helping them to also understand the fact that they have what they can contribute into the society. So another thing is, productivity. People with disability, they are somebody that they love encouragement. For instance, now there is something, okay, this is what I've done, this is what I've produced, this is, I just got to I make bead, this is just a small flower vase I'm able to produce, and you'll be like, you were didiri lo ṣe lóko báyìí. This always limits how they can even do more, even for them to even use their strength, use their brain capacity to, okay, let me just do more. It's always a problem, because they believe for you to have said no to this, that means they are not trying at all. So if you want people with disability to stop begging, to stop being sad, to stop being hooligans, to stop being like a disturbance, because a lot of people see them as a disturbance, being a disturbance, to learn to understand the fact that they also need to be independent. They also need to be self-reliant. They want to stop begging too. A lot of them want to stop begging too. So just accept the fact that anything they can achieve, show interest in them, and train a child that you have at home that has disability. Train them in a lot of daily living skills. Let them be able to do things by themselves. We need to stop doing things for person with disability. We need to stop helping them to do everything. Let them try their best to do some things on their own. That is how we can say, okay, person with disability are also included in any form of independence in the country. It's not just a person, it's not just a regular child that needs to be self-reliant. Let us try our best to always know that person with disability, they also have a voice, they also have the ability, they also have the strength to contribute their own little quota into the development of the household and the society. Because people with disability, they believe, most of the people, that all people that have been talking about them, they are also people with disability. So since they are disability, that's why I'm always saying, even though you don't have disability and you know more about person with disability, let people be aware. Let's do more of awareness, inclusion programs for person with disability, and with this, our country will be a great country as it is, and even more than what we think Nigeria will achieve. So I would say happy independence to everyone, to our beautiful country, to our states, to our local governments, and to all persons with disability in Nigeria. I want you to know that your voice will be heard. We love you and will always continue to celebrate you. And this is me again, Sekinat Ahmed, on Ilaji 91.9 FM. Thank you for listening to today's program, and I understand that with this, a lot of you that have person with disability, and I have always think that, okay, these people, they cannot do this, these people they cannot do this, and I know you all have understand that they just need training and understanding. See you again, see you next week, same time. And thank you, Chief Engineer Dr. Sanusi, Chairman Ilaji Hotel and Sports Resort, for the opportunity for persons with disability to be heard in the country. God bless you. Bye.